Today we're going to make chewy chocolate chip cookies. These are the best cookies to make when you're just craving some chocolate. Let's go! The things that you're going to need is a mixer, or you can use a hand mixer. I'm using a stand mixer. 1 1/4 cups of butter, 2 eggs, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a whole teaspoon of baking soda, 3/4 to 1 cup of chocolate powder or cocoa, unsweetened, 2 cups of sugar, 2 cups of chocolate chips. I'm using the white chocolate. You can use regular chocolate. And a 1/4 cup of marshmallow cream and 2 ungreased cookie sheets. Before you start mixing the ingredients, you're going to want to set your oven to 350. So let's go ahead and preheat while you're mixing everything up. Alright, the first thing you're going to want to do is mix the butter and the sugar together until light and fluffy. This may take a little bit if you're doing it by hand. This is what it should look like once you've mixed your butter and sugar together until they're light and fluffy. The next thing you're going to want to do is beat in the eggs one at a time. So put in one, mix it till it's fully mixed, and then do the next one. Then you're going to want to stir in your vanilla. And then finally, you're going to mix your flour, salt, baking soda, and cocoa. You can either mix them with a fork or you could just dump them in. And you're going to want to add them to your baking mixture. Let me get this a bit. Slowly but surely. Whew. Kind of go slow because you're going to get dust everywhere. Once your mixture has fully mixed, you're going to add 1/4 a cup or just approximately 1 scoop of the marshmallow cream. You can add more than this if you want, and if you don't want this, you don't have to add it. I think it just makes the cookies a little bit more gooey and fluffy. So that's why I'm adding it. And then you're going to mix it in. As soon as I get mine all in there. Mix it in until well combined. And it might take a minute because it's marshmallow cream and it's cold. And the last step is to add your chocolate chips, which is 2 cups, which is a 12-ounce bag, which is what I just had. And I'm using a different type of hook because the whisk is not really good to mix in chocolate chips. And if you're using a hand mixer, use a spoon because otherwise it's just going to make a mess. And you just want to get them combined throughout your entire recipe. Now that I have made my dough, I'm just going to grab a handful or so. This recipe usually makes 48 little cookies, like 1 tablespoon size. But if you do bigger, it'll make about 24. But they take about 25 minutes to bake. So they're going to be kind of ugly. But you're going to have to just shape them because it's going to stick to your hands. It's kind of one of those things. You can put a little bit of flour on your hands to help, but I found you're just going to get messy either way. And then too much flour makes them kind of nasty. So just kind of put them on. This is really good to do with gloves or something, but alright, and just bake them for about 8 to 9 minutes at this size. If you do the bigger, like palm size, you need to do about 25 minutes. But I recommend the little size because they're going to take a while to bake because this is a thick batter. And they will flatten out. Even though they look like this, they'll look pretty in the oven. Once they get in the heat and everything like that, they will flatten out and be nice and pretty. These are my finished cookies. I think they might need about 11 minutes in the oven instead of the 8 to 9 because they're a little bit thick. And you need to let them cool on a wire rack once they come out for like 5 to 10, maybe 15 minutes before you start hounding on them because they've got to finish baking technically on the tray, which is how the art of making cookies. But these are the finished ones and I think they look pretty good, so I'm ready to eat them. For more great cooking videos and recipes, subscribe, and videos will be posted weekly.